Next up is Rails boy. He'll be back in a sec. But next up, we got Rails boy Jon Moxley taking on Satoshi Kojima and everything. How did y'all feel about this thing right here?
The thing is, I was gone for like a good piece of the match because I had to step out for a second. So I really don't know the whole match as a whole, so I can't really rate it or judge it just to be fair. But I do know that finish. Wow, that ending. Something I didn't expect. But this is the thing that gets me. When I looked on Twitter, people were talking about they'd rather see Ishii out there. I'm like, look, Tomohiro Ishii comparing, if you want to make a comparison to, let's say video games, for example, a fighting game, Mortal Kombat, Ishii is the sub boss. He's Goro. You got Minoru Suzuki. He's Shao Kahn. He is Shao Kahn on the, not on the spammiest of spam levels, on the hardest level there is. That is Suzuki right there. For real. So no, I understand why you have Minoru Suzuki out there. But Ishii, he's Goro. You can beat Goro. It's hard, but you can beat him. Shao Kahn, it takes maybe a few months. Maybe that one character that you know how to use very well in spam. But nah, the fact that I saw Minoru Suzuki, I'm like, run. Just run. Just run, Moxley. Just get a tombstone. Just put my career on that tombstone, put it in the ground, be like, you dead. Your career is dead.
From what I understand is, according to, you paid attention to Moxley's promo later on that ties back into, so we're talking about this here. He and Suzuki had a previous match on in New Japan. So I haven't seen it, but I know they had a previous match there. So this is just a follow-up to that match, which is going to happen Wednesday night on Dynamite, which I can't wait for. I can't wait for that. That's going to be fire.
Yeah, I told Irvin, I'm like, Irvin, if you have an opportunity to watch highlights, watch the end of that match. He was like, whoa.
I mean, he might want to limit it to a highlight, because for me, that match was slow. Very, very, very slow. It wasn't boring, but I remember when I had to do a callback this morning, I was like, man, what exactly happened in that match? Because I can't remember a damn single thing that really, really went down in that match. Like, I'm drawing blanks except the very end.
Yeah, I think that match with Moxley was kind of it was just kind of, it was slow. It was just one of those typical New Japan style matches where they start off slow and then they build up and build up and build up until the end. But even still, I don't remember the match, to be honest. I remember the ending with Suzuki coming out. That's the thing that's going to stick with me from that match. Not the match itself, but Suzuki.
Yeah, and that's the odd thing about it, because there's been times in history where you'll have a decent to okay match, and then something crazy like that will follow. We saw that with the Hell in a Cell with the Tribal Chief stuff, for example. Where, was the match terrible? No, but the ending kind of overshadowed everything that went down right before it. I'm drawing blanks. I really am drawing blanks on everything that happened except that double arm DDT at the end. And the rest of it, I'm like, I think it comes from not really knowing Kojima's moveset like that.
Yeah.
If we knew his moveset, if we knew that's the big move, this is a big move, this is a big move, then maybe more things would stand out. It wasn't bad, it was just slow,
Yeah, and I'm not too familiar with him, because like I said, I'm not that big of a New Japan guy, so I'm not as familiar with him as somebody who may watch New Japan is.
If y'all had to grade Moxley versus Satoshi, what grade would you give it?
I don't know, man, because I don't know, because I didn't hate it, but it didn't stick with me. So I guess maybe a C.
I'm going with C-. It wasn't bad, but nothing really stood out for me to even. I just draw blanks, but I know it wasn't terrible, so I'm going C-.
I mean, for me, I can't grade it because I missed a good portion of it, so it wouldn't be fair if I did. But there's been people that actually said it was a pretty solid match, and they gave it higher marks. But to each his own.
I think that comes from them probably knowing Satoshi's moveset. Like us, we went in, we don't know what the hell he typically does, but Moxley, we know what he does. Mm-hmm. Those big spots that he typically changed together, we know, you know. But Satoshi, we were just drawing blanks the whole time. We're like, oh, this dude, he's solid, he's good, but a lot of the moments, like nothing really stands out in memory except the ending with Suzuki.